Hi, my name is Dziffa and I'm with Charly Buxx Media. I'm here with MacDella Cooper and she's the founder of MacDella Cooper Foundation and she's going to tell us all the amazing things she's doing in Liberia. So tell us about yourself and how you started this journey.
I started back in 2003, but really legalizing everything in 2004 with the work we did. I was born and raised in Liberia and had to flee after the Civil War started in the 90s and found my way to Newark, New Jersey. Went through high school, went through college, and got my first corporate job at Ralph Lauren in Manhattan. Did very well, very successful in the fashion industry. And here I was living this fabulous jet-setting life in the fashion industry, had these great friends, and every time my country came up, it was always something negative. And so I took it upon myself to ask some friends to help me out to create this foundation. And at the time, there weren't many young people running foundation. It was very old families. It was an old institution, and here I was merging to something that was new to me. And but my heart was all about doing good for my country. And so I jumped on the bandwagon, started this foundation, started sending some things back home to help people. And eventually I went there myself and saw the real conditions after we got the first democratically elected president, Madame Sirleaf. So the country opened up and I could go back. And when I saw the children roaming the streets and I asked my driver, I said, why are those kids on the street? His little very Liberian accent, he said to me, nobody want them.
Wow.
And I said, what do you mean nobody want them? Yeah, the parents can't afford to take care of their own lives. They don't want those kids, so they leave them on the streets to fend for themselves. And that shattered my heart into so many pieces because I love children. I love children. I just want to see every child being happy and living a fruitful life to grow up into a healthy-minded adults. Because I saw my life was hindered, but it was because of a situation. And to come back to my country and see my country shattered, I had to do something. And so that's how I got started.
So how was the beginning stages like of your organization? What challenges did you face and how did you stick with it?
A lot of challenges, extreme amount of challenges. Number one, like I mentioned earlier, it was an institution where young African women didn't hang out. Yeah, were embraced. Foundations were known to be old families, old money, millions of dollars. I came to the table with none of that.
Wow.
But I had the guts to do it anyway. That's just, I guess, the African part of me, right? Just do it. When I didn't know a lot about running a non-for-profit, a 501c3 nonprofit. People wanted to make donations. They asked me, do you have 501c3? And seriously, I tell this joke all the time. I thought it was a Chanel perfume. I had no idea. I had no idea that in running a charity, you needed this tax code called a 501c3. It's not like Chanel number 5. Everything that was a challenge we accomplished because for me, my general attitude is, you cannot tell me no. When we went to the Africa side, the problem was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, and people look at us and say, "You're just a young kid. What do you think you're gonna do?" I was in my 20s at the time, and my concern wasn't so much my limitations. My concern was my ability to do what I could do. There were hungry children in the streets, in orphanages where they shouldn't be. I want to take them out, and so we started revamping orphanages. And one politician said to me, what you're doing is all cosmetic work. You're coming here from New York, from your fashion life, and you think you can just come and take a paintbrush and beautify these kids' life. And I said, this is a start. In your opinion, it's cosmetic work. In my opinion, is when you see an environment, you fit into that environment. So I want to give these kids the image, the visual of being in a decent environment so they think decently of themselves.
We want to know where your organization is right now and what's the next step.
Well, the organization is, we have a women's project. We're supporting women, providing basic training for women and helping them find jobs as well as young girls. We have a full running boarding school because after working with all these orphanages, we were bringing things all the time, clothing, school supplies, personal care items, food items. And we realized it wasn't getting to the kids because the managerial sort of leadership thought they had to get first cut before the kids. My notion is, no, let's serve the kids.
So bottom up approach.
Absolutely. And I couldn't find that, I couldn't change that mindset. So I decided to build our own institution We have two 10,000 square feet building. One serve has an academic building. One serve has a residential building. The kids live there. They each have their own beds, their own space, and their own everything. So, you know, everything we bring to the kids goes into their hands. They're learning, they're reading the books, they're in the classroom on time, they have a full schedule. Their 360 life is being cared for.
So if somebody wants to make a donation, where should they go to find you?
They can go to our website. It's just MacDellaCooper.org.
Okay.
We're on Facebook. We're on every social media.
What's your social media page?
It's Facebook. It's Facebook.com/MacDella Cooper Foundation.
Okay. And Instagram and Twitter. Tell us all of it so we can follow you and follow your projects.
Thank you. Yes. Instagram is just MacDella_Cooper. And LinkedIn, I have no idea what it is, but I think it's just MacDella Cooper.
Okay, so we'll look it up.